Good morning. Welcome to the day. Let us begin by sitting tall, maybe sitting on a cushion to tilt your pelvis to help you sit tall. Hand on heart, hand on tummy. I'll ring the bell. And as we breathe in, you can repeat, I have arrived. And breathing out, I am home. Just bringing ourselves into our bodies, starting our journey this morning. Breathing in, I have arrived. And out, I am home. So this morning we're going to start with the reading from Alberto Villoldo, who is an anthropological shaman, and his book Mending the Past and Healing the Future with Soul Retrieval is him and his works are very influential, and he went and studied in the Andes, and one of his observations of what he learnt was this: curing is the business of medicine, and it involves eliminating symptoms, while healing is the crafting of a healthy lifestyle by eliminating the cause of suffering and disease and then creating a meaningful destiny. Ours is the practice of healing. Western medicine cures the body, while psychology treats the mind, but healing attends to the soul and the spirit. The Laika believe that the physical world nests within the realm of the mind, which rests within the domain of the soul, which is held within the folds of the spirit. Spirit is the wellspring from which everything else emerges. It is pure light. As seers who perceive the invisible world of energy and spirit, the Laika understand that everything in the universe is made of light, and that it forms and creates matter. In some things, light is bound very tightly, as in trees and stones, while in others it's more fluid, such as rivers or in sunlight. Today, scientific discoveries confirm that when we look deeply into the heart of matter, at the most fundamental level, all we find is vibration and light. So by working directly with the soul and the spirit, we can bring about change on all other levels, including the mind and the body. Change on the level of the spirit transforms the world. So when I read this, I was just reminded again of why we are here. And you can look through many authors and many texts of people who have studied indigenous traditions, spiritual traditions, and using different words, they say the same thing. So again, Why are we doing this practice? It's to help us get in touch with that part of us that we get busy and we forget is the real reality. And when we get in touch with that part, that is when our healing begins and how the healing of the world begins. So it's quite important work. That's an understatement, by the way. It is important work. So let us begin. Sitting tall, navel towards spine, shoulders rounded back, head over heart, and breathe. And we're going to wake up our body as we do each morning, rubbing the head, tapping. And the reason for the repetition is that we have a memory in our bodies, in our muscles, in our cells. And when we do things that make us feel good, so in our down face and the chin, when we do things that make us feel good, our body remembers. And we start to sink much quicker into the space, into the emotion, into the feeling that we had when we last did the exercises. So coming into the same room, moving down the neck, the throat, and the chest. So starting your morning practice by coming into the room and lighting your candles and doing the same thing every day. That is the practice, that is the habit. And the arms, the hands. And your body starts to go, when I get up in the morning, actually, I feel pretty good. I feel better throughout the day. I'm responding to things differently. I feel at peace. And so, with repetition, your mind and your body will start to calm and get to that place much quicker. It's a relief to the body. So it's moving down the body, forgot to say, down the back, and the stomach, down the legs. All the way down to the feet. Enjoying squeezing the feet. You know, if you can't reach your feet, then just go as far as you can. If you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your toes. If you can't wiggle your toes, then just get some bodily sensation wherever you can. Send some energy down. Send your mind down to your feet and your legs. So I use hands because it feels good, but your mind is powerful. And brushing up the legs. So what do they say? Where the focus goes, the energy flows. So if there are any of this that you physically cannot do, then move your mind there. set your intent. Okay, hands together, breathing in, stretching tall, around, shake it out. And then with our nose making small circles, so sitting tall, starting small, breathing in as we go up, out as we go down, nice and slow. Being gentle on the leg. Listening to your body. Making them bigger. Starting to really hang the head, lift the chin if that feels comfortable for you. And reversing. So back to centre. And then small circles. Using your breath. Making them bigger. Nice and slow. Chin up. And back to centre. And breathe. And now stretching the sides of our neck out. So hand threaded behind. Hand clasping so your elbow is out. Your head will naturally lean to the opposite side. And then taking your bent arm, stretching it out, touching the ground, enjoying that stretch. And moving your head around a little, finding those points, that angle that feels good for you. Back to centre, swapping hands. So hand behind your back, other hand clasping so your elbows out. Head will naturally fall. Moving your arm, stretching your arm out so your fingertips touch the floor. And breathe. Enjoy that stretch. Back to centre. And we can very slowly, we're going to raise one shoulder, raise it very slowly, counting to 10 up to your ear. I'm going to hold it. And slowly for a count of 10, dropping it down. What we're doing is we're giving permission to the body to relax. And the other side, so breathing in, count to 10. Moving your left shoulder up as your shoulder moving to 10. You're creating some tension there, compressing and holding. Slowing down, slowly down. Sitting up tall, removing your neck. You should feel that you've got a bit more space in your shoulders there now. So, taking our hands together, pulling, just reaching up with our chin up, stretching tall. Breathe. Take a breath in, stretching down to the side, up to centre. Breathe. Release as you go down the other side, up to centre, down. Then I'll see if you grind. Sitting tall, going to go in circular motions, hands on knees, following with the chin and the chest, moving in circles over one knee, coming forward, slowly, slowly, over the other knee. Now as we go back, we stretch out the spine to rolling the shoulders forward, rolling the back, completing the circle. So nice and slowly, breathing in as you come forward, out as you go back. So by doing these exercises, we are physically releasing tension, releasing where we are holding on in our bodies, which means that energy that flows within us is not restricted. So that light that Alberto was talking about can flow in our bodies. Nice big circles, speeding up and using your breath to increase the energy. And reversing in the opposite direction, still quite slow, really enjoying that circle you're making, so your energy field is growing. And back to centre, and sitting tall, relaxed, and breathe. So today we're going to do alternate nostril breathing, which you may or may not have done before. So alternate nostril breathing balances the left and right sides of the brain and really starts to clean the channels out that run up and down your body, balancing, clearing, energizing, settles the mind. So hand in your lap, taking 2 fingers, you can place them, you'll feel a natural indent there. That's the space when people talk about the third eye, the third chakra. That is it. So you have your ring finger and your thumb. You're going to close 1, of your nostrils with your ring finger, and keeping this nostril free with your thumb. Breathe in, close the nostril, open this side and breathe out. Breathe in the same side, close that, open the other, breathe out. Keep that side open, breathe in, close, breathe out. So as you're doing this, you'll find that maybe one side is easier to do than the other. So just keep moving through. Use a tissue if you have to blow your nose. And your breath is going to be different from mine. But see if you can witness your breath coming in all the way, imagining the journey that it has as it moves up through the nostril, down the back of the throat, expanding the chest, expanding the ribs, and then witnessing it as it goes back out. So you're being strong in your breath, but you're not being forceful, if that makes sense. Give it a go. So continuing your breathing if you are. I'm going to set the timer, and we're going to do this for 5 minutes. So if you find yourself getting lightheaded at all, just stop, take just a few deeper breaths, rebalance yourself, settle yourself. It's a new way of breathing. So the timer will go off when we are done, but just see how it goes. Just remember the reading from today about how we are aligning to that light. We are letting that light flow through our body, and that is our healing, whatever that looks like for us. That it may be a physical easing of our symptoms if we have physical symptoms, but there is more to healing than curing. placing your hand down on your lap after you finish your round. Sitting tall and breathing. Tuning into your body. Maybe you feel a bit warmer, clearer, more energized. Just enjoying how you feel. We're just going to sit silently for a minute or so, enjoying this space. Follow the breath if you wish, gently breathing it in and out, being present to your body, present to your breath. Now just asking yourself 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for today. And taking a moment to ask where you can be of service today. Is there any inspirations that come? Or just asking for the willingness to turn up and be present and respond to the moment if or when it arises. So, thank you for joining me today. Wishing you a wonderful day. Namaste.